Very good. Now I want you to move around a little bit and feed him another one. Okay? And you just want to closely resemble the target with the mitt. In other words, the thigh. If this is the thigh shot right here, it's about this level, okay, I'm going to give him the same target right here. Okay? So one focus mitt per pair, and let's give it a try. Go about 5 kicks on each leg. Okay? Start with the right leg kicking first. So a little bit more this way. Yeah. There. That's it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Make your partner look there. Turn it a little more in. Yeah. Switch your legs on your own whenever you're ready. Yeah, you want to hit with the instep on this kick. Yeah, it's the same as you would be kicking the guy's leg. Same trajectory, same footwork, same body mechanics. Just so you can put power in now. Okay, switch your feeders. Okay, now the next kick was an oblique kick. When you feed the target for the oblique kick, I want you to squat down, Ed, please. And that way you have a good solid base, okay? You use both hands, squat down, and give him a nice oblique kick target. Again, move around a little bit. Very good, okay? Let's try that. 5 on each leg and then switch feeders. A little higher, Tim. Tilt it more this way. Yeah. There you go, that's it. Okay, switch feeders. Okay, time. Okay, next kick is the shin kick. The target for that is just the same it would be for the shin. Okay? Rear leg shin kick. Okay, again, move around. Just put it down. He knows exactly where that is because it's down at the shin level. Okay? Very nice. Okay, let's try that. Little mechanics there, man. Here, fall. Feed the target like this. Okay, give me that target. Okay. See it more like this. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You got to feed him towards his rear leg more. Which lead are you going to be in? Okay, being a left lead. Yeah. Good. Okay. Next target's the groin kick. Your left lead up. Again, I want to feed him a target that simulates the groin. That's right there. Okay. Again, kind of hold your hand down. Okay, let's try it. Okay, take a break. A person could become combative very, very quickly if they think in terms of tools, natural weapons on your body like elbows, fists, headbutts, knees, feet, and the ranges in which you can deliver those tools, and the delivery system or the method of delivery, which we call the art or the style. Okay, now the thing to remember that in kicking range, we chose the arts of Pananjakman, Savat, and Thai boxing for the delivery system or art for our foot. Okay, that's the weapon in kicking range. As we move closer into punching range, you have more weapons to deal with. Okay, so we're going to explore that a little later. But as you see, the first part is learning to kick and then learning to place it on another person for control and form. And then we want to use the focus mitts for repetitions to get better. Okay, it's the same as in weightlifting or any other kind of athletic training. You need the repetitions and you need the intensity. And that's what the focus mitts bring out. We now know that every time our opponent comes toward us, we either kick his thigh, oblique kick his knee, kick his shin, kick his groin, or in rare occasions we might kick him in the face. Okay? And every time they kick us, we put up a destruction, or we shelf their high kick, okay, or we destroy their low line. But the important thing is to get good at this, you have to put in the flight time. That's where the focus mitt training comes in. That's where the repetitions come into play. You need at least 10 hours of this training to get good in kicking range. Okay. All right, what I want to do is explain how you can really hurt a man with a thigh kick. We don't want to just kick at the thigh. What we want to do is we want to take a step this way or laterally. We want to bring our hip through the target. This is going to facilitate pain on his thigh, okay? That's what we want to hear, okay? It's like a thud. You want to place that on, okay? That's the thigh kick. The next kick I want to talk about is an oblique kick, okay? The oblique kick, you walk through it, okay? You do damage on the knee. It also has pain, but mainly damage. That's the oblique kick. It's a walk. The next kick is a shin kick. It's more just of a painful thing. If he throws his jab, I pat the jab and I kick his shin. I make him pay the price for launching the tool at me. Okay? The last kick is a groin kick. And I just shuffle in and I kick his balls. Okay? That's the groin kick. Okay? So now that you've practiced these kicks and you've put them into some practical application and done some of these drills, you need to spend some flight time doing these. You know, nothing comes that easy. You have to work at it a little bit. You may say spend 8 or 10 hours just in kicking. Okay? Hit the heavy bag, focus mitts, train with your partner, do the drills. And if you do this, you'll have success. You'll be able to use your kicks and punches under combat conditions. Remember, it's the training method that counts. How you train is how you're going to fight. Conditioning. More fights are won or lost through a person running out of gas and not having energy. The person who wins or loses a street fight is the person that has the most energy at the end of the fight, not the beginning. You want to be at your strongest at the end. You want to close the deal. Okay, now we're going to talk about punching range. And punching range is the extension of the jab, of the lead hand, okay, where I can hit his face. So a little bit further out inside than kicking range. Okay, so when you're in this close, and you can hit with the hand. All right, this is punching range. And the first tool that I want to talk about is the jab. I'm going to give you some common denominators that apply to all punches. The first one is you want to shift your weight. In this case, in the jab, from the rear foot to the front foot as you're going through the target, okay? So the main thing you want to do is shift your weight, penetrate and follow through and retract the punch, okay? And you also want to put your hip into it, okay? So what I want you guys to do is start off, one side holds the focus mitt, gives the face as a target, give me your right hand lead, and go through your checklist and hit the jab. Okay, that's one. I want you to go 5 punches on each side. Okay, go. Just like that, very good. Again. Okay, one more. Very nice. Okay, let's try it. Turn that over a little bit more. Both sides. 5 on each side and switch feeders. The person is feeding. I want you to have the focus mitt in your rear hand. Okay, so give me a left lead. All right. Okay. All right, let's try that. Hang right here for a second. One quick point. Hold a minute. Okay, give me a lead. What I want to see you guys do now is penetrate a little bit more and follow through. Okay, I want to see your hip going into it a little bit more. And then get a little bit of emotional content going. Think of something that really gets you stirred up. You know, it's personal, it's different for everybody. Okay, it might be for me, somebody sticking a knife picking my dog. For you, it might be somebody cutting you off in traffic. Okay, it's different for everybody. But whatever gets your juices going, load it up and put it in. Okay? Kind of slow down your repetitions now, a little bit more intensity. One of the most important things in the jab is the ability to follow through. Okay, give me a, yeah, okay. When you punch, if you hit at the target, you're not necessarily going to do any damage. Okay, so what you always want to do is hit behind the target, maybe 6 inches. Okay, so that's the point you want to pick as a reference point to hit. Hold it a little bit tighter, okay? And just follow me? So when you hit the jab, it's like behind the target, follow through. Okay, accuracy, penetration, follow through, shifting your weight, body mechanics, and emotional content, whatever gets your juices flowing. Now, in punching range, we have 2 major arts that we draw from. Western boxing, that's good footwork. There's only 8 ways the body can move. You can go forward, you can go backwards. You can go side to side right, side to side left. You can circle right, or you can circle left. You can stay stationary, which is the best thing we all do, or you can drop your elevation, okay? So I want you to think about that. The other art we draw from is called Panentuken, and this is where we get our rhythms, okay? Once again, we're going to put in rhythms now. We have our jab. Ed, give me a right lead. He's going to jab, and the first thing I want you to do is slip the jab and just parry it, okay? First thing is get your head out of the way, and then just put in a little parry, okay? That's 1. I'm going to feed him. That's 2, and that's 3. Again, rhythms are 3, and we're drawing from Panentuken, which is a Filipino martial art. Okay, and later on, we're going to put in our destructions, okay? That's when we do this stuff. You just happened to give me that, so I took it, okay? Sorry, Ed. All right, so give me rhythms of 3. We're going to put the gloves on for this, too, by the way. So I want you to grab your gloves. 1, 2, 3. One single thing or one single word and sum it up, that the one most important thing is specificity of conditioning in street fighting. Okay, so once again, what a slip is moving your head out of the way. And a parry is just what it says, you're parrying it, okay? Parry comes from fencing, when you parry something. It's not a block where you push across that way. If I do that and she throws across, boom, I'm out of luck. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to first get my head out of the way and just tap the jab or parry it. So you have a slip and a parry. Okay, so she throws a punch, I slip and parry, and she does the same thing. Okay? Rhythms of 3, and then move around a little bit, make it a little more lively. Okay, a little bit more real. Right to right leads, rhythms of 3. Slow down, take your time. Nice slow rhythm, you see. Okay, time. Let me bring up a quick point. Paul? Right now what you're doing is you're staying right in the same range. In between exchanges, move around a bit. Break up the distance. Use your footwork. Keep your hands up. Sometimes be like an Ali out in long range. Other times feel more like a Frazier. But just break up the distance a little bit, okay? Let's try that. Much better. Okay, time. Sometimes when you guys are stuck in the same range, okay, that's because you're not really emulating different structures. Sometimes what I'd like you to do is kind of be like an Ali, like in long range up on toes, moving around, sticking and moving. Then sometimes feel more like a Frazier when you're coming in with power. Okay, but kind of have both those mentalities. Okay, change lead, left to left, same thing. As soon as you're done with your exchange, break outside. Okay, the next punch we want to talk about is a cross. The jab comes off the lead hand, and the cross always comes off the rear hand. Okay, so that's the next punch we're going to talk about. And make sure you hold it in there kind of tight. Now, once again, there's certain principles and concepts that apply to all punches and kicks. Shifting your weight, body mechanics, power, precision, placement, accuracy, penetration, and follow-through. Okay, these are common denominators across the board. Okay, so on the cross, the main thing is always shift your weight from the rear foot to the front foot, penetrate and follow through. Okay, hold the glove nice and tight. So as I throw my cross, same thing. I want to do the same thing. Precision, accuracy, penetration, and follow through. Okay? And what I want you guys to do is go about 5 punches each one, going through this checklist. Think about a shot put. Okay? If you have a shot put here and you want to throw it, you have to shift your weight. If we equate martial arts to athletics, we'll be much better off. Okay? If you think about it this way, if you're at a phone booth and you're trying to use the phone and somebody's bugging you, you're talking to your mom, you know, you find you got the phone right here, and you want to hand them the phone. Boom, that's your shot. That's your cross. Okay, let's try it. Let me bring up a point here real quick. Hold that real tight. Sometimes if you reach, you don't get as much power. What I want you to do is kind of throw your head and shoulders past the target and bring your rear foot with you. Don't just reach like that. Okay? Have it right here and just bring everything with you. Okay? Let's try that. Not necessarily straight. But what you want to do is reach full extension at the end and then retract it. Yeah. Yeah, it matters a lot. What you want to do is you want to kind of turn it over. Because if you keep a vertical fist, then you lose all the shoulder and back muscles in your punch. Okay? If you turn it over, it naturally brings all those into play. Okay? Yeah, just turn it definitely horizontal that way. Okay? Got it? Okay, now once again, we've learned the tool or the weapon. Now we want to put it into a drill to help functionalize it. If you'll notice, we're doing 2 things simultaneously. We're not only learning how to throw our cross, but we're learning how to defend against it. Your right lead. Now, if Tim throws his left cross, if he throws his left cross, and I try to block it, I'm wide open for boom, whatever. So all I want to do is use a boxer's shoulder roll, okay? And I'm going to come back with my own. And once again, we're going to place it right on the shoulder, so we're always training by hitting, okay? So what I want you to do is throw 3 rhythms of 3, once again what we borrow from the Filipino martial arts, and a Western boxing drill, cross shoulder roll. Go ahead and hit his shoulder. Put it right on there. No, not yet. Okay, the next punch we want to talk about is a hook. Okay, boxers have a jab and a cross, and now the other one is a hook. Okay, in boxing, boxing has rules. and it's designed to score points. Although today, in this day, you know, if you don't knock the guy out, there's always a debate about who won or lost. But in a street fight, there's no debate. If you knock the man out, you won. Okay, so the next punch is a hook. Okay? And what I want to do is I want to shift my weight once again, in this case from the rear foot, or from the front foot to the rear foot. That's my shot. Okay? That would be my cross. That's my hook. Okay? So we've got a cross and a hook. And the thing about the hook is you want to kind of open your shoulders up and turn into it. Okay, and shift your weight. Once again, body mechanics, footwork, shifting your weight, and all that leads to power. There's no secret to power. It's all in attributes. Okay? So I want to do the same thing, hold the focus, and boom, that's my shot. Okay, let's try that. I like to hit with all four of the knuckles. If you hit this way, you have a tendency to hurt this little knuckle if you just catch that, or miss completely. This way I either miss completely or hit full face. Okay? You kind of leap it in for the hook. What I want you to do is kind of go back out this way. Hold your target a little bit more inside. That's it. And so when I'm here, boom, that's my shot. Okay? Just kind of balance your weight on this foot, front foot, all right? Shift it to your rear foot. Because if your elbow is up here like this, you're going to hit with this part of your hand. And if you just graze and hit with this knuckle, you could break it. But if you turn it this way, you either hit full force or you'll miss. You'll do a lot more damage and you won't hurt yourself. It's more, I prefer that way. This way. Yeah. Turn your hand a little bit more this way. Keep your arm a little bit straight. So you hit like this. And then go back down. If you hit like this, you're going to hurt your wrist. Like that, a little bit better. Okay? Yeah, but don't turn your hand like this. This. Now, once again, we want to have a drill where we can get this into a more functional stage. So she's going to throw her hook at my head. Okay, good. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I want you to bob and weave. Go ahead. Bob and weave. A bob and weave is this. This is the bob, and that's the weave. You can always weave outside. Why do we want to weave outside? Away from the what? Rear hand. Okay? If I stay here, if I bob and come back up this way, I'm either going to get hit by that hand or that hand. Okay, so we always go away from the rear hand. Okay? And if she throws two hooks, it's a bob and weave there, or bob and weave there. The best way to do it is just bob down first, and just go outside. If that one comes, same thing this way. Okay, so you're bobbing and weaving. Okay, so what I want you to do is, she's going to throw three hooks. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I'm going to throw 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, rhythms of 3 once again. Let's try it. Okay, time. One quick point. Once again, don't just stay in this range. Stay here just long enough to get comfortable with the motion, and then go in and out. Break it up a little bit. Make it more alive each time. Okay? Okay, now I have two more tools that I want to teach you in punching range before we move along. The first one is an eye poke or an eye slap. Okay, in certain martial art magazines, I've seen all kinds of different ways to poke the eyes, buffalo eyebrows, curly Three Stooges techniques. Okay, if you're smart, you'd intercept and get it out here. Okay, but the main thing I want you to know that anytime you inflict pain on an eye, it's more of almost like a slap. You can picture that on somebody's eyeball, and you take it out that way. It's more like a flick or a slap at the eye. Okay, so what I want you to do is one side has the focus mitt. Ed, would you grab a mitt? Now with the other side, the same thing, just go about 5 eye slaps, okay? And you kind of cup your hand a little bit, and boom, that's on the eyeball, okay? And just use this for a target and kind of load up the same thing. Shift your weight, and that's your mechanics, okay? Shifting your weight and retract the punch. or the slap. Okay, let's give it a try. It's a pretty big advantage when you can take out somebody's eyeball for about 30 seconds in a fight. And anybody can look like Billy Jack. It doesn't really matter. I probably prefer the deeper part, like the cup. Okay? Sometimes you get with just the fingertips, and sometimes it's a whole cup. That just kind of fetch you already. Jim likes that eye slap. Same as the jab, exactly. Common denominator, same principle, very good. Think about that part. Picture that one. Yeah. There you go. It depends on where you're at. So whenever you, if I just hit him in the head, the follow-through is going to happen by whichever way you happen to come in. There's no real set thing, just so long as you retract it. Okay, the last tool that I have to teach you in punching range is a groin slap. Okay, and Ed, we borrow you. The way we slap is a little bit different. We don't just hit at the groin. What we want to do is we want to drop our weight and slap up. Okay, that way there's no place for those little things to hide. Okay, so as you go down here, it's boom. Oh, sorry, that was that. All right. So anyway, what I want you to do is drop your weight and slap up. Just put it on the inner thigh for training. Okay. So let's start with the focus mitts. Ed, would you grab a mitt? Okay, about like that. What I want you to do is drop your weight and slap up like that. Okay? That's your groin slap. Okay, let's try that. Drop your weight a little bit more. Come out for a second. One of the major points you want to think about here is don't just lean in like this. It's very important that you get low and drop your weight and slap up, okay? Because if you're up here like this, you're going to be susceptible once again to what hand? Throw you across? Oh, okay, so you don't want to run into things. Now just move around with me a little bit. Okay, as he's up on his toes, if he sticks out a jab, stick out a jab. Up on the toes and he sticks out a jab, I drop my weight and then I slap up, okay? But if I'm up here and I try to do that, I'm going to run into some punches. So down low is safe in this technique, okay? A couple more seconds on this. Let's give it a try. Drop your weight. Okay, now we're going to put our punches into some combinations for some drills. Ed? Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give Ed a jab. He's going to parry the jab. I'm going to throw a cross, and he's going to shoulder roll the cross. Okay? And now I'm going to throw a hook, and he's going to bob and weave. So we have a jab, a cross, and a hook, and he's going to deal with each one of those weapons. Okay? Okay, and he's going to do the same for me. Long way. Jab.